Welcome to the Oklahoma State Kitchen. I want to talk to you about the 3-compartment sink, how to set it up. So we know how to wash, rinse, and sanitize, but the other thing that we need to think about is scraping. So this is a great way to use your speed rack, if you have an empty one, to organize your pots and pans. So this is a very small area right here. So if you stack them up this high, you're going to have some danger. They could fall on somebody, or the food just gets crusted on. So my suggestion is to use a speed rack. Put your knives down at the very bottom so they don't fall on you, and then just gently scrape. As soon as you do it, we're all kind of in a hurry all at one time, so this is a good way to organize it, but use your scraper to scrape into there. So manufacturers have different concentrations. At Oklahoma City or Oklahoma State, they use Ecolab. So we're going to fill our sink up to the water line, which is here. And we're only doing it halfway today, just to conserve water, because we're not actually cooking today. So fill up your sink with a concentration. They usually have a nice poster over here of how to fill up your sink. So it should be 110 degrees. And then remember, only fill your sinks only when you really need and you're starting to wash, because your temperature will go down. If you go above 110, that's totally fine. And then when you're rinsing, it's the same degrees, 110. If you use Ecolab, they're using a quart system, and that's all done by parts per million. So follow the manufacturer's directions. The one thing when I was a general manager is that people would fill up their sanitation directly from the hose, but that is not the correct way to do it. The correct way to do it is let it fill up, then everything is combined, and then dip your sanitation bucket in there. And for quats, it's 70 degrees, which is great because it's room temperature. If you don't have a chemical sanitation, then you have to have hot water, and it has to be at least 171 degrees. So just a real quick recap: get yourself organized, set up for success, because who likes to do dishes? Well, maybe a professional dishwasher does, but I don't. So set yourself up for success. Put your plastic up there, put your pots and pans here, your skillets down here. Don't forget to scrape, right? But if you're a really good cook, these should always be clean anyway, because you want every last thing out of there, right? And then don't forget, so scrape, wash, rinse, sanitize, and then air dry. And then we have another speed rack here where we can put perforated pans and let everything air dry. Don't try to use rags or even clean towels, because that spreads contamination. So, happy cleaning!